Since it is January and we're focusing on physical health, I have Gina B in the house. She is a registered dietitian, master of human nutrition, and the author of Mastering Mindfulness. So we're going to get to chat with her right about now. I just want to go ahead and show you a quick video so you get to know her a little bit better before we get into our discussion.
Hi there, I am Gina B, registered dietitian and master of human nutrition. But hold on, before you go and start judging me, I get it that dietitians sometimes get a bad rap for being the pizza police or giving you sugar rules and restrictions. I'm not trying to do that. I like good food too, okay? Just hold on. I love taking some science-based information and facts that blow your mind, pair it with some good fun and entertainment, things that people can relate to. Bring them together and then you get the aha moments from people. That's when you get long-lasting change. They become inspired. No one wants to be told that they can't eat a donut. They want to know, why don't I have control over donuts? Maybe they have these sugar cravings late at night. It could be because they didn't have enough of a breakfast in the morning and their inner instincts are coming out. Or maybe they're feeling stressed throughout the day. That's increasing their cortisol and triggering a craving. Maybe they just need more fiber so their blood sugar doesn't crash. I love being a researcher and helping people figure out what is it for them, what's their why, and then they relate to it and they're like, yeah, oh my gosh, that's me, that's what I do, and their faces light up and they get that aha moment. That's what inspires change, and that's when nutrition becomes cool and we all win. Sometimes I gotta use my backup crew to make things even a little more effective. But I love having fun, inspiring change, and I would love a warm introduction to see how we can work together to make our communities a better place.
And here she is, Gina B. I like your little crew you got there.
Thank you.
I'm all about the team broccoli. Yeah, I'm all about team broccoli. Well, actually team donuts, but. So, I'm super excited for people to, what is wrong with me? Super excited for people to get to know you right now. So we're going to do a little warm up first before we get into all the good stuff.
Okay. You didn't warn me about it.
So what would you say you're most passionate about?
What am I most passionate about? I think that's a good question. You know, it's been a process of self-discovery for myself, so I think just letting people know that it's okay, that we're all on a journey, you know, that it's hard. It's hard getting to know ourselves, and the journey to health is really tough, so I've been really passionate about helping people just open up and find the fun in getting healthy. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be this terrible, judgmental, restrictive thing that's so hard and challenging that we make it to be, and that it can just be a fun process of exploring and getting to know yourself a little bit better.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I like that.
I try to make nutrition exciting.
Yeah.
Which can be a tackle.
Yeah.
Because broccoli is not as exciting naturally as donuts, but it's my job to make it that way. To make it exciting.
Yeah, I definitely love watching your videos.
Thanks.
Little reminders here and there.
Yeah.
So would you say your purpose then is to do exactly that, just help people create fun in their eating?
I want them to be a little bit inspired. It doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be an overload of eating perfect all the time and meal prepping all the time, but just discovering what works for you and having fun along the way, knowing that some things might work and some won't, and just having fun and laughing through it. And sometimes you make mistakes, and you know, so I'm really passionate about helping people feel inspired to just have fun and play.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you were to give any advice to your younger self, or really anyone out there, what would that be?
To my younger self would be to be more open-minded. I think when I was younger, I was looking for that rigid answer. You know, we always want the yes or no. I was flipping through every magazine, like, what is the answer, the secret to health? And I wanted to know, what was that answer? And it must be this way of eating, or it must be this way of eating, and this way is wrong, and this way is right. And I would get so firm on my beliefs about eating when I was younger, just based on a small amount of information I had. And so now that I've
looked so much more through research and my own experiences and hearing about my clients' experiences, being open-minded that you might not have the answer right now and it might work right now, but you might learn some new things about your health, and being open-minded to trying new things because we're all so different. We have different backgrounds, genetics, hormones, taste preferences, beliefs, a lot of different things that influence our health, and to be open-minded that we might not always be so right. So you don't practice a food religion.
Got it. So you don't practice, you're not like a paleo or a keto or a...
I experiment with different styles of eating to see how does my body respond to it, but I don't believe in one firm way of eating and say everybody should eat this way. I think everybody should figure out what works out best for them. So if we get so hung up on a food religion, we're not practicing science anymore. We're not looking at what is, the research and how do our bodies feel and things that we don't even know of. We're actually just practicing a belief system and a religion. So trying to be a little bit more open-minded to exploring that, and I think everybody should take the time to do that. So that's what I would have told my younger self.
Okay. No, I like that. That's definitely... I feel like something I can take from that, because I want like the guarantee, like right now, instead of just like letting it go and just exploring, what the possibilities could be.
Right.
So, and if you had to choose one food to eat for the rest of your life, healthy or not, like not like the only food to eat for the rest of your life, but you could eat it every day, like no questions asked.
I would say avocado is every day, no questions asked. Just love it. It's so versatile and it's amazing. It's delicious and it's naturally healthy.
Really good for you, yeah. Are you someone who just like spoons it right out of it?
I definitely can do that. I mean, it's so versatile. I could put it in anything. Eat it anyway.
Awesome.
Never get sick of it.
Me neither. Yeah. I just wish they weren't so expensive at the moment. Dang it. It's okay though. They're worth it.
Well, yeah. When you think about a latte is like $6, an avocado I can spare $1.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I have to remind myself when I say, "Oh, at least it's worth it." I'm like, "No, I'm worth it. My health is important."
Exactly.
So, actually, I want to jump into this mastering mindfulness. Is this all about nutrition, or is there more of like a spiritual aspect to this? Or is it
it's more
combo?
About why do we eat, and digging into that, and why do we sabotage our health goals. And what had inspired that was I was working with clients for years, and they were meeting me, doing nutrition counseling, and every week they would come back and say, I plan to do it, I plan to set these realistic goals and actually make it happen, and I didn't, and I gave up, or life got too hard, or I got too busy, or I wasn't prepared, or I was really stressed. And it happened over and over again. And so I started to realize that there's so much more to accomplishing our goals than just saying that we're going to do it and following through. That there's so much more, we're so much more complex than that, than just here's your healthy eating meal plan, now go follow through. So there are some nutrition strategies to help you regain control over your food if you feel like you've lost some control, but digging a little bit deeper into why and what's really going on so that you finally stop sabotaging your goals. So it looks at how we're eating, our environment, what goes on in our mind, and really taking back control over that so that you can change the outcome of your future, and you're not just helplessly waiting for life to happen and for you to keep sabotaging your goals over and over again.
Nice. Okay. So it does kind of go into I guess the psychology of why someone could possibly give up on.
Yeah, our mindset is everything. Our mindset really controls our actions. So if you really, let's say for example, if you don't think that you're the healthier person that you're striving to be, when times get tough, your mind is going to follow that path of least resistance, and you're going to go back and retreat to who you really think that you are. So a lot of it begins in our mind. It starts with a good mindset shift. And if we don't have that, and we can't explore how our own mind might be influencing our actions, you can get a nutrition plan, you might get the best meal plan in the world, and it might not ever work.
I gotta look into that. My Achilles heel, which I think for most people can definitely say the same thing, is sugar. Oh man, it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, you realize it's 7 times more addictive than cocaine, is that right? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I think, oh my gosh, I've been eating that since I was, for as long as I can remember. I don't, that to me, that's just like my biggest battle is giving up the sweets.
It's tough. Sugar, definitely, there's a lot of research that shows that it fires the same place in our brains as drugs do. So it's not that you have to be fearful of sugar and say, oh, sugar's evil, it's the worst thing in the world. It does contribute to health problems if you have too much of it, but I think a big problem is that it puts us on this uncontrollable roller coaster. It can. It doesn't necessarily for everybody, but it can make us feel out of control and get addictive to where you want more and more and more. So sugar can be a big contributor to that. So the book isn't completely about nutrition. It's not a meal plan, but there are certain eating styles and things like sugar that can actually make it much harder to eat mindfully and not overeat all the time.
Nice. I'm going to enjoy reading this then.
Oh, good.
So tell us about your journey, your experiences, like what has happened that has led you to where you are right now.
Well, when I was younger, I was always passionate about health and nutrition, but I was so influenced by all these different diets and nutrition plans and things that you hear about, and I just was out of frustration, like, how can I get healthy? And I would start doing, like, these different really restrictive diets, like I don't know, I think I've done them all just for the fun of it, just to try to be healthy. And I started to see this push and pull with food. And like food was all of a sudden the enemy if, I was trying to be really good. And food became the enemy and I had to be good. And then I'd go on vacation or something and it was like a free-for-all. And, all of a sudden, who cares? And it was like this off and on and off and on. And it was crazy. And I started to realize like healthy eating could not possibly be this way. So I went to school to become a registered dietitian. And after that, I loved all the nutrition stuff that I learned, but I still wasn't quite satisfied. So I did my master's in human nutrition. And from there, I just started, I was so excited when I became a dietitian to help people. So I started giving them the best plans, the best superfoods, all the things that would make them successful and change their lives. I was so excited. And what I found was that a lot of them, like I said, were sabotaging their goals. So it wasn't until I really started digging into the research about more of our behaviors and how our mindset can really control our actions that when I really started to understand my clients and their behaviors, that completely changed my whole practice and the way that I practiced nutrition and the angle that it came from. So that was kind of my journey to learning a lot, and a lot about myself too, about how did I start to develop this push and pull with food and the struggle and experiencing sabotaging my own goals, and how would I actually have a breakthrough and stick to it. So I started learning a little bit more about that area, and things have changed entirely for me and I think for people that I help.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you run your own office now?
I don't do, the only place that I do one-on-one nutrition counseling is for a wellness resort here in California.
Okay.
Outside of that, I just do speaking and wellness programs based on mastering mindfulness, and
Oh, very cool. Yeah, so let's, what are your services, for lack of a funner term? What exactly do you offer to people?
Yeah, well, I just do speaking and wellness programs. I have a Mastering Mindfulness program coming up in March. That's an intensive private program. We usually only have about 20 people to understand their habits and regain control over their eating. So they actually get the book and follow along and work on a program for themselves. And then I have an event coming up this Friday. It's a New Year, New You kickoff with lots of health experts, and so I'll be speaking there. So I do speaking and wellness programs, and I get to change lives. It's amazing.
Yeah, so you're out there spreading the word as opposed to like doing like one-on-one, creating diet plans and
I
maybe a little
only
bit of that.
do the one-on-one at the wellness resort when I'm there a few days a week. Outside of that, I just do the Mastering Mindfulness programs and speaking for companies, or if conferences pop up, I'll be a keynote speaker for Mastering Mindfulness at the Utah Worksite Wellness Conference in May. So I've got a few sessions coming up that I'm really excited about.
Very cool. So do you have any like tips to give people in regards to staying on track this year? Like what's one nugget you can give to them?
I think set your goals and know why you want to have it. and dig deeper into why. I think people sabotage it because they've never dug deep enough into understanding why they want that goal. So they constantly rely on their willpower. And willpower is not strong enough. Eventually, when you lose the motivation, you sabotage yourself. So before you start any health goal, dig really deep into why and keep asking yourself why to get down to why it's really important to you. Maybe it's because you really feel better about yourself, or you want more energy, or you want to feel more confident, or you want to be there for your family or your kids. But really dig deep into something that just moves you so deeply that when time gets tough, you're still going to persevere through it and stick to your goals. So use your why power and not your willpower.
I like that.
Yeah, and that will keep you committed. That will keep you committed when it gets tough.
The why power over the willpower. So that's 2 shows in a row now. I had someone who came in, he was a personal trainer.
Oh!
And he said the same things, like people are just not connected to the bigger picture.
Exactly.
So-
Find your why.
Awesome. So where can people find you if they want to get in touch with you?
Oh, well, I'm on Facebook, Gina B, and on Instagram. My Instagram, I think, is Gina B Dietitian.
Yeah.
Around.
Definitely
My
follow
website
her.
is GinaB.com.
That's right. Yeah.
Gina-B.com.
Gina-B.com. Definitely follow her on Instagram. I just started following her on Facebook, but I
Okay,
found her on
yeah.
Instagram first, and she's always posting really helpful videos to help you with little whatever diet tips that you're looking for. So
Yes,
thank you,
for
Gina,
having
so
me.
much. Loved
Yes.
having you here today, and I'm really
Good,
excited
good.
to read Mastering Mindfulness. Where can people find the book?
Well, you can find the link and read more about it on the website and read a little bit more about people's experiences on gina-b.com/book. It's also on Amazon. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
Yeah,
Well, thanks
thank
again.
you.
Yeah.